Okay, in this part of the lecture, we want to familiarize ourselves with some of the international standard setting bodies there is out there in the world, which Singapore is very much part of. The first one we want to introduce here is the Bank of International Settlements, right? In short, we call it BIS. So BIS is one of the oldest global financial institutions in the world, right? It's founded in 1930. It is headquartered in Basel, Switzerland. Now you should be familiar with the word Basel, right? Because they are the one who set up the Basel Committee, right? It's basically a bank for all central banks, right? This is set up so as to foster cooperation between all the central banks in the world. As the financial industry gets more globalized, the role of the BIS becomes more important in order to make sure that every country comes together and cooperate, and to make sure that there is some financial stability within the international banking community, right? So we are aware that under BIS, the Basel Committee is being set up, and specifically on this part, we want to focus on Basel Committee on banking supervision. All right, this is the one that's relevant to our regulators. All right, so this Basel Committee on Banking Supervision provides a forum, right, for cooperation on banking supervision around the world, right? So every central bank will come together, formulate the best practice, share with everyone what's the best practice, supervisory standards. And because it is an international forum, there's no legal requirement to follow them, right? But it's important for us to follow because it is basically recognized, right, as a world standard, right? So that is why I think Singapore is very active in trying to incorporate the Basel standards here in Singapore, all right? So let's move on to the next organization, right? International Organization of Securities Commissions. I think just now we did mention a little bit on this body when we look at the objectives for financial regulations, right? So this international body regulates world securities and futures market, okay? And it is a forum from a lot of regulators as well, right? They have members for over 100 different countries, and they set standards, right, for securities transactions, for securities market, right? The next one is International Association of Insurance Supervisors. As the word suggests, as the body, the name of the body suggests, it represents insurance supervisory authorities, right, in the world, right? So they are sort of like the international standards for how insurance business is being conducted. And the fourth one we have is the World Federation of Stock Exchanges. So again, as the name of the international standard setting bodies it is a global industry association for all stock exchanges and clearing houses. So let's just quickly summarize, okay, these four different international standard setting bodies, right? Just now we talked about BIS, right? It is really for the banking supervision. Then we have ISCO, which is on the securities. And then we have IAIS, which is the International Association of Insurance Supervisors. This is on insurance. And the World Federation of Exchanges, which is for the World Stock Exchange. So you can see for different areas of the financial industry, right? Banking, securities, insurance, and stock exchanges, we have an international body that foster this global cooperation or in terms of regulations,